Hello people, this is Ryder here with a written review of the Ultraman Orb, REPLICA Orb ring. Released on Premium Bandai, this is a release that can be considered a commemoration of the 5th anniversary of the show itself, but it was mostly to tie into Ultraman's 55th and Tiga's 25th respectively. Taking a look at the box, we have a new box design for the Ultra Replica series, as color is now prominent as the box fits itself well within Orb's aesthetic. Opening the setup, we have a plastic tray holding the contents and the instructions underneath. Though these printed instructions only have a sampling, so to get the full instructions, scan this QR code. Looking at the Orb ring, this is an entirely new mold compared to the DX release in order to be one-to-one with the show's prop. Despite that, it maintains a similar feel to its DX counterpart. The detail is comprised of the black handle with a metallic red button on the right side, alongside additional buttons on each side of the handle. The center of it has this red piece complemented with the silver center on top of it for scanning the fusion cards. The fins are in the same color scheme as the center handle, as the ring has this milky blue hue within the plastic, and the back just has silver to fill out the design. By itself, all you can do is press the red button on the handle to drop the fins down to hear a nice heavy drop, then collapse them back in to form it back to its original mode. Comparing it to the DX release, the biggest difference is that the handle size for this release has been increased to fit adult hands as opposed to a kid's hand. The LEDs have also been increased from 2 to 18 thanks to the newly added LED strip. And lastly, the Ultra Replica version is a lot heavier in terms of handling as opposed to the DX one because of that. Secondly are the included fusion cards, as it comes with 22 in total, to which the first 16 comprise of the cards seen within Orb media. Ultraman, Tiga Multitype, Taro, Mebius, Jack, Zero, Zulfi, Belial, Orb Origin, Ginga, Victory, X, and 7. The next 3 comprise of the latter TDG Ultras, Dyna Flash Type, Gaia, and Ogle V2. Then lastly, to round up the set, we have 6 new fusion cards comprising of the Ultras after Orb: Jeet Primitive, Rosso Flame, Blue Aqua, Taiga, Zet Original, and Trigger Multitype. These cards are similar to what was released within the DX Fusion Card Complete set in terms of appearance, as the Ultra Fusion Fight attributes and katakana have been removed in place of the Ultra Ring glitch. Other than that, what sets these cards apart from the DX release ones is the card stock, as it's more firmer and solid, meaning that it will not get destroyed as easily, though still be careful as some of my cards have already been dented out of play. For the last thing included is the annual stand, coming in 2 pieces and molded in black plastic. Once you get them together, it's a decent stand. You can even put the DX one on it as their molds are similar. To turn the Orb ring on, you want to pull off the back cover and locate the power switch underneath the battery compartment, to which it takes 3 AA batteries. As the switch is in the middle, you have 2 options. Switching it to the left will set you in Orb ring mode, which allows you to play with it as usual, while switching it to the right will set you in Kurenai Guide mode, allowing for you to recreate transmission sequences from Orb media and disables you from free playing. Going over Orb ring mode first, it essentially plays as the DX release, but of course these additional buttons add new features. For the left side, pressing it once cycles through 153 phrases of guide from the following Orb media: Ultraman Orb the Show, Ultraman Orb the Movie, Ultra Fight Orb, Ultraman G the Movie, and Ultra Galaxy Fight New Generation Heroes. And if I were to play some selected dialogue,
一番風呂は地球上において最高の贅沢だ。死んじまったらどんな秘密も解き明かせないぜ。平和だな。明日ここに怪獣が現れるなんて誰も知らない。こんな穏やかな日常が明日も明後日もずっと続けばいい。闇は永遠じゃない。唯一永遠なもの、それは愛だ。相変わらずバカなやつだ。ありがとう。 しい力。これは、そうか。俺が見るものは未来のビジョンだったのか。どうした？宇宙の平和を守るんじゃなかったのか。お前たちが O50 のロッソとブルーか。よろしくな。ちょっくら戦闘行ってくるわ。ああ、ラムネ用意しといてくれ。
So do you remember the VS Memorial set? Yeah, so basically, just like the Memorial Z Riser, Bandai was provided permission from Tsuburaya to use direct audio from the show.
俺に用があるんだろう。だったら人間を巻き込むな。
俺に用があるんだろう。だったら人間を巻き込むな。
お前が捨てた力だ。
This wouldn't be so bothersome if it wasn't so edited poorly. Background noises are so apparent that it's distracting. Transitions barely exist, and I assume the use of reverb is there because it was originally there to begin with. Anyways, holding down the dialogue button in this mode sets the orb ring in display mode, allowing for you to choose in a selection of 10 light settings to keep it on. As for the bottom button, this is the BGM button. We have the TV size versions for both Orb no Inori and Shine Your Orb, Kurenai Guy's theme, Orb Nika, and then the themes for each respective orb form. Even Orb Trinity! Though I guess because of the size capacity, half of the BGM tracks just fade out as opposed to playing in full. It's just the Gokai Cellular again. In addition to playing the BGM, if you want to have it play after using a fusion card, select your track by pressing through, then hold the button down on that track, then play as usual. Speaking of which, to use fusion cards with the Orb Ring, you need to activate the device first with 3 methods, all having to do with this button. Method 1, hold the button down until it rings. Method 2, double tap the button. Method 3, reenact the show by pressing the button once and wave the ring around to activate, as a motion sensor has been added for this sake. Next, you can use a single card to hear the respective sounds of that Ultra by scanning the card near the center of the ring, pressing the button once to open the fins to hear the transformation, then press it again for the finisher. To do a fusion, simply use 2 compatible cards and scan them from one another. Then do the same process as playing with a single card. Though, if you do an orb fusion of any kind, you can cycle through 2 finisher attacks. For this release, you are capable of doing fusions up to the currently running series at the time, Trigger. You can also still use your existing DX Fusion / Kaiju cards within this release to do some interesting combinations. Moving on to Kurenai Guy mode, most of the features remain the same except for some, such as instead of display mode, we have transformation scene selection, where holding this button down allows us to cycle through 11 modes of transformations. This comprises of Spacium Zeparion, Birdmite, Hurricane Slash, Thunderbreaster First Transformation, Thunderbreaster Power of Darkness and Light, Thunderbreaster Power of Light and Darkness, Orb Origin, Orb Trinity, Lightning Attacker, Emurum Slugger, and Spacium Zeparion Final Episode. For the most part, it plays the same as the Orb Ring mode, just that for the most part the forms in this mode have more sounds to cycle through than the two in the other mode, unless if you're Lightning Attacker. Also, Orb Origin mode is the only mode you can actually hear the color timer. Okay. This mode isn't too bad, it's just that the audio editing is... Because of this mode being comprised of solely pre-existing audio and not a mix of the two like the Memorial Z-Riser or the Premium Hyperkeys, you're essentially having to rush yourself into getting the timing right for the transformations, as they are not paced out well. Last thing about this mode is that after cancelling the transformation out, if you were to stick Taro, Mebius, Jack, or Zero in the middle, you will trigger the sound of the fusion card materializing for them respectively.
封印していたのはウルトラマン太郎さんの力でしたか。お疲れさんです。これから世話になります。マガバッサーを封印していたのはウルトラマンメビウスさんの力でしたか。お疲れさんです。
Overall, the Ultra Replica Orb ring is unfortunately not good. To get to the stuff I like about it, the LEDs are phenomenal. They light the ring up really nicely and makes mixing colors more engaging. Plus, Orb Origin can now be paired with other cards now, so it's really nice to have one side being a full 7 LED and the other side being whatever card you put in. The playability is still as fun as the DX release for the most part, as it retains the majority of the fusions that one did with updates here and there to be more accurate to how those fusions were actually done. Also, for someone that didn't pick up any of the DX complete sets, it's nice to have show accurate fusion cards or ones I've never owned previously. But let's get nitpicky. I don't like the card designs for the Pulsed Orb Ultras. They're really bland in terms of consistency with the prior ones, as they tend to be in a pose in pairs of 2, while these 6 are just standing there. Like, at least Rosso and Blue are doing that a bit, but it's not much. Heck, the Chinese exclusive cards look more in line with the rest, and they're just suit pictures. In terms of playing with them, it's nice that, just like the Ginga Spark, they got the voice actor, the device to come back to record new announcements, but they're so half-baked as they now practically function as if they were kaiju cards, as they didn't bother having him record the finisher attacks. Also, this has to be noted too, but despite there being audio updates to certain cards, the majority of the kaijus remain untouched for the most part. It's to the point that I've heard that the 2 movie exclusive kaijus don't even read in this thing? Like, what the heck? Also, while I do appreciate the addition of the motion sensor, I feel the toy is too heavy to solely rely on it every time, as every attempt I do the motions for the activation, I feel like I'm going to end up dropping. Then of course, what I think hurts this release the most is the audio. The editing is sloppy, as most of the audio clips just stop abruptly. Doing fusion ups is distracting because of that announcement just being ripped from the show when they clearly have a clean version. And the technically good sounding audio just sounds cruddy because it sounds like they literally dumped the existing sounds of the DX release that were not orb related, to which were already compressed to begin with, and called it a day because wow, nothing sounds pristine in this toy at all. They literally installed a speaker that can play things loudly and called it a day. Also, it just kinda sucks that all of the orb audio is like all audio that only has Guy included. I would have liked if Orb Ring mode had like the versions from the toy, just higher quality. But speaking of that, like just the audio quality is what I would expect out of a bootleg release. Yet bootleg releases have cleaner audio than an official release? Heck, I can rip audio cleaner than this!
Professor, what if I get hacked? 카리나, 재밌는 거 보여줄까? 나이비스, 넌 같이 안 가? 알고리즘을 파악했어. 이걸 막으려면 이즈!
What's more baffling is that they clearly did get Guy's actor to record new lines, mainly to congratulate the 25th anniversary for TDG, and to my surprise, announcements for the Ultra Fusion Fight exclusive forms, as I thought those were from the game until double checking.
まばゆい光で未来を示せ。
I'm glad that later Ultraman releases do not carry the flaws this release has, for the most part, but should that deter you from getting it yourself? In a technicality, yes, but most people are not going to care, as they're only going to focus on the fusion card aspect rather than the product as a whole. So for as someone who was really excited for this release from the beginning, only to be slapped in the face with what was provided with the final product, I'm pretty disappointed with what we got at the end of the day. That will have to do with this written review. This is Ryder, and I'll leave you people.